welcome back to the EdgeVerse Techcast, your go-to place for everything related to NXP software, tools, and enablement, specifically tailored for NXP processors and microcontrollers.
Hello, everybody. This is Kyle Dando, and I am charged up to be working with the amazing Bridgette Stone today. So, Bridgette, talking about being charged up, do you know today I was driving to work, and I am just continually amazed with all of the electrical vehicles on the road. And as an engineer, you can imagine, I try to avoid getting frustrated with all the traffic around me by pondering how in the world are these cars all being charged. On top of that, I can imagine that today's charging stations are expected to do way more than just deliver power. They are responsible for connecting the vehicle to the charger, but more importantly, to any cloud service or to the electrical grid. These chargers need to do all this in a simple but secure way for just the basic homeowner, and shouldn't require an engineer like me to get it all working.
And that's creating an exciting opportunity and some interesting challenges for developers building the next generation of charging solutions. To help us explore this rapidly evolving market, we're joined by Susanne Zach, or Susie, EV charging segment lead here at NXP. Welcome to the show, Susie.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right, Susie. Well, let's get started with the big picture. I talked a little bit about it in the intro, but when you're out talking to customers and the developers using our products, and they're working on the next EV charging ecosystem, what are the biggest trends that are shaping the market that you see today?
One of the biggest trends we're seeing is that charging stations are becoming much more intelligent and connected. Customers are increasingly looking at technologies like plug and charge, which actually simplifies the charging experience by allowing the vehicle and charger to securely authenticate automatically. The goal is to make charging as seamless as possible for drivers, right? We're also seeing, of course, growing interest in bi-directional charging and the vehicle-to-grid capabilities. Instead of simply consuming energy, EVs can potentially become part of a broader energy ecosystem by storing and returning energy when needed.
I think that's really cool. Now that people are able to use their vehicles to contribute power back to the grid, that's really a great application for all these electric vehicles. All right, well, thanks for that overview. But now what about the challenges when connecting these vehicles to a network? Now they're being connected to the cloud.
Yeah, so at the same time, charging networks are becoming more connected and software driven, which means cybersecurity, remote management, and interoperability are becoming increasingly important. Overall, customers are looking for charging solutions that are secure, scalable, connected, and ready for future energy management use cases.
I think a lot of people still picture a charger as a box on a wall with a cable attached. But when you hear about authentication, cloud connectivity, and energy management, it's really clear these systems are becoming much more sophisticated. And with all that added functionality comes complexity. What are some of the biggest challenges customers face when designing EV charging systems today?
Yeah, so complexity is definitely one of the biggest challenges. Developers have to bring together power electronics, communications, security, cloud connectivity, energy metrology, and compliance with evolving industry standards. So interoperability is another major challenge, right? Because charging stations need to work reliably across different vehicle manufacturers, charging networks, and regional requirements. Then also security is also top of mind because charging infrastructure is becoming part of a critical energy infrastructure. And customers need trusted solutions that help protect communications and identities throughout the system. And of course, they want to bring products to market quickly while reducing development risks. That's why many customers are looking for proven hardware and software platforms that allow them to focus on differentiation rather than integrating foundational technologies from scratch.
Okay, Susie, so you're telling me that customers aren't just building a charger anymore. They're building a secure, connected energy endpoint, and it needs to work reliably for years in the field. So that leads perfectly into what NXP can provide in this space. Why don't you help us out? Can you tell us what NXP solutions are helping developers overcome all these challenges and requirements and accelerating their ability to develop these products?
What makes NXP special actually is the range of our portfolio and our system level approach. Our EV charging stations require processing, connectivity, security, energy management, wireless communication, and software enablement. NXP provides solutions across all of those areas. Our portfolio includes MCUs, application processors, secure authentication solutions, NFC, MIFARE, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, energy metrology, and power management technologies that can be used throughout the charging system.
What about a little bit more detail on the security requirements that you introduced?
Security is particularly important, and technologies like EdgeLock help customers establish trusted communications and secure authentication throughout the charging infrastructure. So beyond the silicon itself, we also provide software, development platforms, and reference designs that help our customers reduce integration effort and accelerate time to market. So rather than solving one piece of the problem, we're actually helping customers build a complete EV charging solution from the edge to the cloud.
That's one of the things I really like about NXP's approach. We're not just providing components, we're helping customers get started with complete platforms and reference designs. Now, Susie, when visitors go to the NXP EV charging page, they'll see several EasyEVSE development platforms and reference designs. Can you walk us through those designs and explain who they're intended for?
Absolutely. So one thing we hear consistently from our customers is that there is no single EV charging architecture that fits every application. So that's why NXP offers multiple EasyEVSE development platforms that allow customers to start with the architecture that best matches their requirements. So the first platform is our EasyEVSE entry-level development platform. It runs FreeRTOS and has integrated Wi-Fi connectivity and uses secure enclave and enables Matter for EV charging. This solution is ideal for customers who are looking for a streamlined, cost-optimized charging station architecture. So it offers basic charging, OCPP, Matter, secure connectivity, wireless communication, energy metrology, while maintaining a familiar MCU-based development environment. But we also offer a more advanced MCU-based solution, our EasyEVSE MCU development platform, also running on FreeRTOS. This provides a middle ground for our customers who want to have a cloud-connected charging infrastructure without the complexity of a full Linux system. It combines NXP MCU with ISO 15118 communication, basic charging, OCPP, energy metrology, NFC, MIFARE, security, and cloud connectivity capabilities. It's a great fit for developers building embedded charging solutions where deterministic real-time performance and efficiency are priorities. The third design is our EasyEVSE Linux-based platform built around the i.MX 93 application processor with Wi-Fi 6 connectivity. This platform targets customers who need more advanced user experiences, richer graphical interfaces, or more expanded networking capabilities and edge intelligence. And also, it combines an i.MX 93 processor with an LPC55 MCU, NFC, MIFARE, metrology, OCPP, secure authentication, support for ISO 15118 communication, and of course, basic charging. But it also runs the EdgeVerse framework alongside a proprietary ISO 15118 stack, enabling flexible, standards-compliant EV charging solutions. What's important is that all three platforms share common building blocks around security, the charging communication, connectivity, and energy management. So developers can evaluate different architectures and quickly determine which solution best fits their charger requirements without starting from scratch.
That's super important. So as you detailed, there are 3 really well-defined solutions. So they can just look at their requirements. They can choose if they want to start with an MCU-based design or maybe an i.MX application processor. It's really up to them. You guys have done all the hard work and the validation. It really does save our customers a lot of time developing. All right, Susie, so this is our easy question. We ask this to all of our guests because once the listeners hear everything that you've explained, they're going to want to get started themselves. How do developers get started with all of the great reference designs and solutions that you've described today from NXP?
Yeah, very important question. Our customers can find everything they need on our EV charging page, so on nxp.com/EVC, which is the best place for them to begin. There you can find everything around our solution, so the overview or our development platforms, our reference designs. Customers also will find trainings, materials, and of course documentations covering the entire EV charging ecosystem. Also, customers can explore our EasyEVSE platforms and learn about the technologies like ISO 15118, plug and charge, or OCPP, evaluate security solutions, and access development resources that help accelerate their projects. One thing we hear consistently from customers is that getting started quickly matters, right? That's why we have invested heavily in providing development tools, software, and reference designs that help reduce risks and shorten development cycles. So whether you're building residential chargers, commercial charging infrastructure, or next generation smart energy solutions, there are resources available to help you move faster.
Susie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's clear that EV charging has evolved well beyond simply delivering power. Today's charging infrastructure is connected, secure, intelligent, and increasingly integrated into the broader energy ecosystem.
Thanks for the invite to the show. It was great to spend time with you discussing, one of my favorite topics.
Well, Susie, you did a great job. Absolutely an expert. It's easy for Bridgette and I to host these episodes when we have great content coming from guests like you. So thank you very much. With everything that you've shared, Susie, it is exciting to see how NXP is helping the customers tackle all the challenges that you've outlined. Everything from processing to handling connectivity. You touched on the security elements that NXP is great at. At the end, it's just those complete reference designs and all the valuable software that NXP is providing the customers.
And if the listeners would like to learn more about NXP's EV charging solutions, development platforms, and EasyEVSE reference designs, we will drop the links in the episode notes, and you can visit nxp.com/EVSE.
And if you've enjoyed today's episode, it was probably because Susie or Bridgette. But make sure you attend all of our episodes. And the only way to do that is to subscribe to the EdgeVerse Techcast on your favorite podcasting platform. And everyone, we'll see you next time on the EdgeVerse Techcast.